Happy Tequila Tuesday. So we got Moscato, vodka, tequila, and Blitzen. All of our important reindeers. Okay, so here we are, and I have a really special grown-up, tasty, multi-step cocktail for you all. So you know on Tuesday, Tuesday I always do tequila. Well, I'm doing tequila and a merry mezcal. Okay, so mezcal and tequila, I went over this, I don't know what the date was, but way back when COVID first started, the difference between mezcal and tequila. I was watching a show on Sunday, and the morning show on Sunday on Channel 2, and it was Jose Felicianos was on, and I thought, oh, Feliz Navidad, I have to get me some mezcal drink. And of course, I immediately thought of a Paloma, which is the mezcal and the grapefruit. It's a nice ruby red grapefruit and some club soda and blah, blah, blah. However, I really wanted to mix things up since it's the holidays and make it look beautiful and make it multi-stepped so you have more work to do. So we're going to be making a cocktail with mezcal. Now you can choose to use, when we get to the steps, I'll explain it, but you can choose to do the 4 ounces of all mezcal, or you can split it up, which is what I'm going to do, because this Casamigos is a really potent mezcal. So I'm going to split it two and two, 2 ounces of the mezcal and 2 ounces of the tequila, just to, you know, make it a little bit more palatable for me. And to see, I think it would be a nice split. There's some great mezcals on the market. All mezcals, all tequilas are mezcals, but not all mezcals are tequila. So basically, it's kind of like the champagne, Prosecco, sparkling wine thing. All champagnes are technically sparkling wines, but sparkling wines do not have to be champagne, of course, unless they're from the Champagne region. Same thing with mezcal. So tequilas are basically cooked in industrial steel tubs, then they're distilled 3 times in copper pots, whereas mezcals, and the reason they're so smoky and flavorful and just a deeper profile, which I love for the winter. If it was a little bit warmer, this would be the perfect outdoor fire pit cocktail. Don't be scared of it. Try a bottle. You know, you don't have to break the bank, but you don't want the cheapest mezcal, because mezcal is technically a little bit cheaper, or they were until they started getting really fancy. Anyway, and hitting the market. The hipsters got a hold of the mezcal, and now they're through the roof. But anyway, let me stop right there and let's start on our cocktail. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we are going to do our glasses first. We are going to take, oh, I forgot what I didn't tell you what we were doing. A Merry Mezcal Mandarin margarita. So basically, a lot of people like to use Clementines at this time of year. I saw a big box of them just today at Trader Joe's. With the green leaves and blah, blah, blah. But the mandarins were so cute, and they were on sale, and they're juicy. And I just wanted to switch it up just to make it a little bit different and mix it up. So we're going to start with mandarins. And it's not, you can make this as difficult. Hi, Donna. You can make this as difficult as you want. And I shouldn't say difficult. It's not difficult. It's just a process to do it this way. So I might go over the 15 minutes, so sorry if you have to leave, but I'm going to take my my mandarin, and I'm just gonna swirl it around the glass to get the glass wet. And then I just have regular old white sugar because it'll look frosty and pretty since it's Christmas. And that's that. There you go. Now, here's what I'm talking about with the extra steps. You do not have to go this far. I'm trying it out. I was in a bar, I believe it was down in Asbury Park, New Jersey, where they had the spritzer of rosemary. I forget what they call it, but it was sprayed into the glass before they put the cocktail in, the Paloma, and I thought it was really cool. Well, I don't have a spritz, and I don't want to make rosemary simple syrup because I technically am not going to use it all for this. So I just took the rosemary, I'm letting it burn and letting it smoke in there. It takes a bit. If it's really fresh, you probably could leave it out for the better part of the day or overnight, and then it would get a little bit dried out. This is really fresh. All right, we want to get it nice and smoky. All right, then I'm going to cover it with a glass, and then we will just have the essence of rosemary instead of full-on rosemary simple syrup. I know everybody says, I love to make my simple syrup as well. I like rosemary, but on my potatoes and on my roasts for Christmas time, but the essence of it will just bring it up a notch, and it's really cool with the mezcal to make a little smoky. All right, so we're just going to do that again really quick. I probably could use the same. Why don't I do that? That's probably enough. I'll take it out, and I'll burn this again. I'll burn a new part of it. Ain't this cool? Oh, look, I'm starting a fire. All right, I'm going to take that. We're just going to top it off. All right, so even though I took the rosemary out, you could see the smoke is still in there. And we will leave this in until we're ready to pour our cocktail. All right, so let's get to it. Oh, all right, let's get to it first. First, we'll do this. Into our cocktail shaker, we are going to fill it up with ice. Now, here's another thing. Since I'm not using the rosemary simple syrup, I'm just using plain old brown sugar simple syrup, and I think that'll be a nice rich rather than just like a white sugar simple syrup. I think that'll be great. If you don't have any, feel free to use agave. If you don't have agave, you can use a little honey. And what else do we want to do? Oh, I want to talk about one other garnish before I make the drink, because once we make the drink, it's just going to get shook and thrown right into those smoky glasses. So I don't want to wait and do it then. All right, so I put some brown sugar on a plate, and then I took my cute little mandarins and sliced them up. And I am going to dip it and coat it, not dip, I'm going to coat it in brown sugar. All right, see that? And then I'm going to take, because I don't have a kitchen torch, maybe Santa wants to bring me a kitchen torch for Christmas. I am bruleeing, you know how like the top of a creme brulee is all hard, and you crack that brown sugar shell and you dip into the creamy creme brulee. Well, this is sort of the same thing. After you start drinking your drink and you get halfway through, you can pick up that mandarin and you can have a delicious bite of a brulee. Plus the brown sugar on it's just going to be excellent in the cocktail. All right, can you see that? So I didn't put the brown sugar on one part because of course I didn't want it to catch fire where I'm holding it. And of course I do have tongs right here, but I'm not using them. Alrighty. So once it gets nice and hot, you just let it sit. It'll harden up like that. I'm going to put those over there. So I will be ready when I'm ready for the drink. There you go. All right. So now we are going to take, and I'm looking for it, and it's right here, my little Mexican looking hat. And I am going to juice the mandarins to get 4 ounces of mandarin juice. Now, it will probably be quicker if you use this, but I definitely want to get the measurements for this cocktail right, because you're going to need to balance that smoky mezcal and that smoky glass rosemary with the sweetness of the juice. All right, so that's half. These were a great buy, by the way. They were $2.99 for a whole bag. So perfect choice if you need a lot of fruit to make juice. I wouldn't use a navel orange for this. I would use a clementine, or my favorite, which is blood orange, which Trader Joe's did not have. But I'm excited because I haven't made a drink yet. Okay, so there's 1 ounce. I haven't made a drink yet with the mandarin orange juice, so there's always a first. Hope everybody realizes Christmas is basically a week and 3 days away. I don't have basically anything bought. I have 2 or 3 gifts for each kid, that's it, minor little ones. Nobody wants anything, of course. All right, so after I do this, I can judge for the rest. All right. How much I'm going to need. All right, so that's one mandarin orange was 2 ounces, so I am just going to get to work and do it my handy dandy quick way. It's fun squeezing it, but time is of the essence, so let's get that in there. All right. So that's another, each half was about 1 ounce. So 4 halves, 4 ounces. All right. It's so quiet in my house right now. Everyone's upstairs. We're gonna go grab a quick bite to eat after this, before we are predicted to get 22 to 24 inches of snow. I don't know how much we'll get here at the Jersey Shore, but all right, so I didn't want my tequila and my mezcal sitting in the shaker, so that's why I did my juice first. Usually I do my juice after. If I had squeezed it, I would have, of course, done this. Okay, so now into our cocktail shaker with ice, we are going to put 2 ounces, which is about 1.5 of these, 2 ounces of mezcal. Ooh, smells so good. Now, of course, the day of your holiday or when you're having people over is not the day really to try this out. You would want to, and then, I'm sorry, 2 ounces of the tequila. I'm using Hornitos Blanco. You can totally, which would be lovely, I just don't have it right now, use a reposada. Casamigos is good. Lots of reposadas. Okay, so into here we have 2 ounces of mezcal, 2 ounces of tequila, 4 ounces of mandarin juice, and now we need 1 ounce of simple syrup. And again, if you wanted to, you could make your rosemary simple syrup by taking a 1/2 cup of brown sugar or white and a 1/2 cup of water and 2 sprigs. They don't have to be huge sprigs, they could be this size, see? Of rosemary. You'd bring it to a boil and then you'd let it lightly boil, like just where it gets bubbles around the edges and steams until all the sugars dissolve. Spin it around with a spatula, take it off the heat, put it in the fridge till you're ready to use. But again, I'm not feeling, I don't know why, I'm not feeling the rosemary simple syrup. I just want to use the brown sugar simple syrup, 1 ounce. And I'm going to quickly add a little bit more ice because we've been talking for a while, so it's just sitting there. And I want to make sure it's nice and icy and cold because this is going to be darling. All right. And now we shake. Now there's 4 ounces of alcohol, 4 ounces of juice, and 1 ounce of simple syrup in here. So you want to make sure you shake it for at least 10 seconds. I'm probably not even there yet. To max, 30 seconds until you can't hold it anymore and it's chilled. You can see it coming through there. This is an XO shaker. It's really good. All right, now leave this here. Look at that. Can you see it? It's still smoking. Ooh, tell a fortune. All right, we're gonna take that burnt rosemary, and I don't mind, there's a few little drops in there, but I don't think that's a problem. And we're gonna fill our glass with ice. Sorry, I don't know why my ice thing is so far away. And I'm gonna take another little sprig and I'm going to push it through the creme brulee. All right, and now we are going to pour this evenly. Let me get that ready. Ooh, look at that. I wish you could see the smoke. Can you see the smoke? All right. I'm gonna get that filled with ice. Because I want to make sure to divide it evenly. Somebody has to come down and have a cocktail with me. All right, and then one more thing. Which of course, I didn't have ready. Just plain old club soda. It's a potent drink, so you're most likely gonna wanna cut it with a little club. Just a splash. Just a splash. And then take your cute, almost your Christmas tree in a stand and plop it in. All right. Trying to find a little piece because I don't want to waste, of course, a whole piece of rosemary. All right, and that is it. That is your Merry Christmas Mezcal Mandarin. I wish you could get a really good look of it because it's adorable. Let's taste it. Okay, oh, it's delicious. Ching, ching. Someone's coming down the stairs just in time for a cocktail with me. You're gonna love this one. It's delicious, and because of the club soda and all the ice, it only has 2 ounces of alcohol in it, so it's not, some of the other cocktails have had even more, and they look sugary and sweet, so you don't realize it has a kick. This one tastes like it has a kick, but it's just so cool. Your friends will be impressed if you made this. They'd say, oh, you went to such trouble for me. I am absolutely loving this. I think I forgot one thing. Did I forget one thing? Yes, 1 ounce of lemon juice. I'm looking at my lemon on the plate and realizing what I forgot. Wouldn't be the mixologist without it. So I'm just gonna squeeze it over. And now let's see if it adds anything. Maybe you don't even need the lemon juice. Yeah, it's a little bit more citrusy, but that's it. So I highly recommend it. Try some. This is a good one. This is a real strong one. By strong, I don't mean ABV, alcohol by volume. I mean taste. There are other light ones. Do a quick little Google search on what's the best mezcal for a new drinker of mezcal if you don't have a favorite yet. And cheers, enjoy, it's great, and I hope you have a great Tuesday. Take care.